Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another weekly check-in. I'm going to stop calling them weekly weigh-ins because even though I am going to share my weight loss results, I don't want it to be the focus of this video. There is so much more going on behind the scenes in, my day-to-day life that has nothing to do with a scale. And so after thinking a lot about it, on the last video, weight loss is one of my big goals. And the scale is a tool. I'm not against weighing myself, but calling them weekly weigh-ins was just really bothering me because I'm not just sharing my weight and that's it. So we're going to call them weekly check-ins, and I think that just fits better. So welcome back, y'all. If you are new, I am on Optavia. I'm on the 5-in-1 active plan. I'm also a coach with Optavia. I have been on Optavia for almost 6 months now, and I have lost over 50 pounds. It has been amazing. It has been just an answer to prayer. I've tried to lose weight so many times, and I've never been successful, and I've always felt like a failure. And I finally just decided enough was enough, and this time I was going to do it for real, and it was going to be the last time I ever tried because I was going to be successful, and I was going to keep it off, and I was going to do whatever I needed to do that, to lose the weight and keep it off, and for once and all be healthy for my kids, for my future. And I'm happy to report that I have done that. And, I'm still in the process. I'm not where I want to be. I'm still in the middle of it. And I know this is going to be a journey to get there, a journey to keep it off. It's a daily thing that I have to work on and be mindful of. But the food noise and all of the struggles that I used to have, that all of that has been quieted down, and I feel really good, and I really believe in the program. But this is not just for people who do Optavia. Anybody that's on a weight loss journey, a health journey, maybe you need to gain weight, maybe you're just trying to eat healthier. This video is so that we can all connect and support each other, because it is so much easier to do something when you have people supporting you, when you have other people doing it with you. And what works for me may not work for you, and that's okay. We can all do what works for us, but still support each other. So last week I talked to you guys a lot about the scale and how the scale has been really wonky for me. I'm 6 months into this. For the first 4 months, 5 months, the scale was very consistent. Every single week I was very consistent. And I think just recently it's been kind of wonky. I'll gain, I'll lose, I'll gain, I'll stay the same, I'll lose a lot. It's been more flexible. It's been more up and down. And, that's okay. Like, weight loss is a journey. It is not a sprint. It's a marathon. All the cliche things people say, but it's really the truth. We put so much weight on the scale and think that that is the only indicator of how we're doing, but it's not. Like, there are so many factors that go into how much you weigh, like so many factors. We talked a lot about that last week. So let's get into this week. I had a great week, but there was a lot of factors going on behind the scenes of my week. I stayed on plan. I did everything I was supposed to do, but the scale was up this week again. So last week I lost like 4.6. This week I was up 2 whole pounds, 2.0. And I know exactly, I know why. I'm going to give you guys the reasons, and then we're going to kind of talk about what this means. Period from hell. That's the first reason. I usually have really bad periods. It's just how my body is. But then there's every few months, sometimes every 4 or 5 months, I will have one that's just extra rough. It lasts longer. I feel terrible during it. I have horrible cramps. I feel very bloated. All of that happened this week. It was horrible. Horrible. That is probably the number one reason the scale was up. The other reason, I think, I have a lot of drainage and sickness and allergies going on, so that could play into it. But the other biggest thing is I was super active this week. We rode bikes. We played outside. I worked around the house a lot. We just did a lot of stuff getting ready for Easter. I was at the store. I was at the church. We just ran around a ton. The night or two before I weighed, every muscle in my body hurt. And that's a good thing that I was really active. But of course, you know, anytime that you work out your muscles, anytime that you're active, things happen. And so honestly, when I stepped on the scale and I saw the 2 pounds up, it didn't bother me. I kind of expected it with everything going on. But what immediately came to my mind was, and now I have to tell everybody that I am up 2 pounds. And honestly, what people thought or what people think about that bothered me more than what I thought about it. I didn't want to post on Instagram because I post my weight every single Monday, or I post how much I lost or gained or stayed the same. I post my results. And I didn't want to post 2 pound, or not point, but plus 2 pounds. I didn't want to post that because I didn't want, the haters to be like, well, look, this isn't working and you're failing. And so I've really been thinking a lot about that. I was telling David about it because, okay, David lost another 3.6. He's doing amazing. He's over 40 pounds lost now. He's about to catch up with how much I've lost, which is not a competition. I'm so proud of him. But you can't compare yourself to others. And he was saying, like, who cares what people think? Like, who cares? And I was like, well, I care. I don't want people to give me hate about it. And he was like, you've got to let that go. And so I've been thinking a lot about it this week. And it's like, you know what? Why do I care what people think? I have gotten so many comments, and more people have cared about this journey that I'm doing than any time where I was eating unhealthy. Any hate comments I got about that. I have had people message me and say, you're never going to do this. This is so unhealthy. You should be eating more. You should be eating this. You shouldn't be eating that. You are going to fail. You're never able to keep it off. Like, I get these messages every single day. I get the comments. I get the messages. And I didn't want to give them any more fuel to think that. But at the end of the day, there's always going to be haters. There's always going to be people who don't agree with what you're doing. There's always going to be people that are judging you no matter what you do. I mean, you can't look at a comment section for anything on Facebook. I follow all these amazing people that I'm just like, these are the sweetest people. But you look at their comments and people are so mean. It's like, if you have a problem with these people who only post like the nicest things and are like the sweetest people, like, I don't know, like, you're always going to have a problem. There's been people that have a problem with you no matter what you post or what you do. So letting go of other people's expectations of me, if I'm doing what I feel like God has led me to do, if I'm doing what I feel is right for me, who cares what people think? And if people think something bad because I'm up 2 pounds, who cares? And so a lot of this journey has been dealing with my mindset, and this is a huge mindset for me. I'm a big people pleaser. I want people to be happy with me, even strangers that I've never met. I don't like when I get hateful messages. It doesn't make me feel like it. I know people say, like, just let it roll off your back, but it's hard. It's hard for me to do that. And over the years, I've gotten more used to it because it just comes with the territory. But when it's like personal and it's about your journey and it's about your weight and it's about your health, if my doctor's okay with it, if my family is okay with it, if it's working for me, like, I don't care what other people think. I am going to do what's best for me. And so I have had to let go of that tendency to be like my first thought wasn't, oh man, I gained 2 pounds and I worked really hard. No, my first thought was, oh man, I got to tell people. And so, how much freer would it be if we just did stuff and didn't? Of course, I care about people, but I can't put what they think of my body and my weight and my journey over the truth of what I know. And so I really had to let that go. Here comes my buddy. Hi.
Hi.
How are you? This is my dude. So David has officially lost the weight of a Marky Man. And I have officially lost that too. So we've lost 2 Marky Mans. High five. What? Do you have a twin somewhere? He's like, what? But anyway, that was just super freeing. Just realizing that it's okay. My weight, because nobody else is concerned but me. And I know I'm getting on here and I'm sharing my journey. It's not to say to people, this is exactly what you should do. I am not trying to. I've also gotten the comment like, well, you're not entertaining anymore because you're just talking about weight loss. My goal with my YouTube channel is not to entertain people. It is to share my life. This is a huge part of my life, and I think other people can relate to it, whether you have a weight loss journey or a health journey or not. We all are working on parts of our life. Nobody is perfect, and I think we can all relate to different struggles. Hey, don't throw that. Don't throw that. Just roll it. It's a caw. Mark talks with a Brooklyn accent. He says caw. You say caw. So anyway, my plan going forward is just to do what I'm doing. I'm not changing anything. I'm going to trust the process. Still going to weigh once a week. I am not going to put too much concern on the scale. And here's where my head is at right now. I have been thinking a lot. The only thing I'm thinking about changing, nothing with the nutrition. That's working for me. Thinking about adding in a gym membership. I've done this for 6 months without working out. You don't have to work out on this program. I say I don't have a workout regimen, but I am very active. I'm an active mom. I do a lot of stuff throughout the day, and that's my activity. Being a mom, cleaning house, doing all the things. But I have thought about I have thought about getting a gym membership, and this is why. Not to do anything but with weight loss, because I think it actually could make me gain weight. As you gain muscle, you're going to gain some weight, and that's okay. But I have a really weak, feeling back. I've told you guys a million times, I'm doing this because I need a breast reduction. I want to get some of the weight off of my back and what it has to hold up. And so I'm wondering going forward if strengthening some of my muscles as I'm losing weight, building up those muscles, even though it may cause the scale to go up, would be a good thing for my body. I can join Planet Fitness for $10 a month, and I really enjoyed doing that before. And so I haven't done it yet, but I have been thinking about it this week. But then in the back of my mind, I'm like, but that's going to make me gain weight probably because I'm going to be building muscle. But it's like, who cares? Again, with the scale, I have to let that go. And if I'm gaining muscle, that's still a good thing for my body. And so I'm really thinking about it. It's about a 10 to 15 minute drive to Planet Fitness. I'm more worried about the time I'm going to miss with my family. But I think if I do it in the morning, before David leaves for work, I'm not missing that much. The kids are already in school. Mark can just play with David for an hour while I'm at the gym. It's just going to be a little bit of a different routine. So I'm still thinking about it. But I think now that I've got the nutrition part under my belt, I can do it. I know I can do it. Adding in the next piece would be getting more active, having, walking more on the treadmill, maybe doing the elliptical, but also spending a lot of time with the machines and getting my body stronger. And I think that will be helpful for me. But again, I have to lay down just worrying about what the scale says, because it could go up as I put on muscle, but that's okay. Have you guys all, I know everybody has seen those pictures of the girl who weighs the exact same in both pictures, but one, she looks way skinnier because she puts on a lot of muscle, but she looks healthier. She almost looks, she looks skinnier with a muscular version, but just weight proportions different. And so, anyway, you have to let go of that dang scale. And it's hard. It's hard. I know I didn't gain 2 pounds of fat. It's fluid retention, it's hormones, it's all of that. So that's kind of how our week went. We'll see what the scale does next week. We'll just see. We're going to all take it in stride. And when that scale does that wonky stuff, the best thing I think you can do is just be consistent. Be consistent. Don't let your emotions and your plan and all this stuff change. When the scale is doing this, you just stay like this. And I think that works it out faster than you trying to adjust yourself and all of this other stuff. So I will let you guys know what I decide about the gym, but I talked to David about it this morning and he was like, absolutely, I think you should do it. It's $10 a month. We can handle that. And like I said, I'm more worried about the time away from my family, but even if I went 3 times a week to start out, and I used to love to go to the gym. About 2 years ago now or so, our health insurance we had at the time paid for me to have a gym membership. And I loved it. I would go early in the morning or I would go at night. And it was awesome. It was so like good for my mental health. But then I have a tendency to like burn myself out really fast. And I started having a lot of pain with I have a lot of pelvic pain. And I felt like that was exacerbating it because I was doing too much. So I don't want to do that. Like I want to go in and I really like going, when I start going to the gym, I feel really good. So I want to do it all the time, but I don't want to burn myself out. I don't want to hurt my body worse than it already hurts at times. But I think strengthening for my back, for my pelvic pain, for all of the issues, I think getting more muscle will be a good thing. So anyway, let me know how your week was. We can cheer each other on. And, only you know what is healthy for your body. You, your doctor, maybe your support person, like your husband or your wife or your mom or dad or whoever is you're able to bounce things off of. Don't do something for someone else. Like you have to do what works for you. And this program has been amazing for me. I love the convenience of it. I love how I feel on it. I feel really good. My doctor's really happy with it. And so I am just going to keep going forward. If you are interested in learning more about the program that I'm on and I coach, definitely email me, message me on Facebook or Instagram. I will get back with you and give you some more information. I don't hound people about this. I will never spam email you or anything like that. I just am here if you're interested and you're ready. If not, that's okay. You do you do what works for you, and I will be supportive of that. So I love you guys. If you like the video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Definitely subscribe if you're new. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.